So, anyways, I'm back. So, I know it's not October yet, but besides the point. Let me see if I can get a better lighting, but my cat is like right behind me. Like right here? I think, okay, yeah, that's better. Bring it back. Oh, brother. Okay, yeah, that's not going to work. So, anyways, welcome. So, I know it's not October yet, but bump it. I kind of still have makeup on because I had a job interview earlier, but actually, hold on. Yeah, that mascara is like still in there. Actually, y'all are gonna have to deal with the. Dang, this thing is like fidgety, but it was like so good. Let me see if I can fix it. It's even. I need like a screwdriver thing. Can you tell how lopsided it is? Goodness. Hold on. So I know it's not October yet. Yes, but we're very, very close to it. So very, very close to it. So, and I saw that Halloween, the movie, was on Tubi. Odd, because Halloween Kills is on HBO Max, I believe. So, but anyways, so just like a couple grievances. First of all, just like wanted to get out of the way. Why is it every time that they like remake a movie or update it and reboot it, you know, that they always like, they don't go with like quality and substance always. They usually just go with, this could just make us a lot of money, and we're fully aware that this has a good fan base or a decent fan base that will keep it afloat for years to come and our pockets full. And why is it that like in this Halloween franchise, like Halloween Ends almost makes no sense. I don't understand why they brought in someone new that we had not seen like in the distance in the background, and the other ones, like we had never met Corey before. Halloween Kills, what was with the mob mentality? Like y'all really wrote that and said, yes, this is where we're going with. Like with pride, y'all said, nah, this isn't a problem. And then the beginning one, the one that I'm talking about in this video, Halloween, like it started off great. The podcasters, you know, getting their little introduction, but then they got like killed, which I guess was kind of important, but it just felt like some things didn't make sense. If you didn't realize already, the Halloween movie from 2018, and not Rob Zombie's Halloween or the previous Halloweens before that. Halloween from 2018. So like it started off great, and I do remember I was really excited when it came out because I'm like a huge Halloween fan. I disregarded the Rob Zombie ones because I didn't like the take on it. I still acknowledge them. But yeah, the Halloween movies, it's like in this one, in the 2018 one, they were like, well, you know what we'll do? Well, like it started off great, but some of the lines, like when Allison's friend tried to get with her, talking about, you like him, so I thought you would like me. What sense does that make? Who wrote that line? Clearly someone who's caught a charge. But anyways, it starts off Lori, of course, reminiscing. And it's so weird how this is because apparently they have no real connection, her and Michael, because they erased the fact that they were brother and sister, which is the plot that makes the most sense. Even Halloween 4 and 5, when he was going after his niece, makes sense, but them not being related and him just being a lunatic and coming after her almost makes no sense. Why would you create that storyline and then like just damage the storyline and then just make up new storylines for each Halloween? Hello, back. If you have a cat, you know they're much like children, and you have to like keep an eye on them. It's very weird. Anyways, so where was that? Oh yeah, so like the storyline of Michael and Laurie not being related, he's just a lunatic on the run after her. Weird. Oh, and also the new Loomis, which Laurie says in her line, kind of odd because like Loomis was trying to get rid of him. This guy was trying to understand him. Like Loomis was like, this man has no soul. There's nothing there but darkness. He's evil. And the new doctor, I forgot his name already. He's crazy himself. Like Loomis was trying to get rid of him. But yeah, Laurie's on the outs with her daughter. Her daughter's like traumatized from childhood, which you gotta understand. If your mom only cared about surviving and not getting to know you as a person, you'd be traumatized too. If your mom didn't clear up her trauma, but had a child, which by the way, in the other Halloweens, it was a son. Anyways. So yeah, so yeah, her and her daughter don't really have a relationship. Laurie kind of has a relationship with her granddaughter. Like her granddaughter being like how naive a child would be. She's like, my grandma, you know, she just like needs somebody to talk to. Oh yeah, I totally skip past the part where the interviewers come to Laurie's house and they offer her like $3,000 and she says yeah. Anyways, her and her daughter, Laurie and her daughter don't have a good relationship. Laurie and her granddaughter kind of have a relationship, but it's like, you know, not like a close grandma-granddaughter relationship. Also, if y'all have seen Halloween Ends, Allison has like this weird like attachment issue with boys who clearly aren't great. First boyfriend, she saw, it doesn't matter if he was drunk or not, she saw him kiss another girl in her face, didn't hear from somebody else, so she knows it happened. And you trying to be like, nah. You're like, no, that's okay, yeah. And he put her phone in the punch. We would have had to fight after that because I don't understand why you thought that was a great idea and why I wouldn't be mad at you. Like, even if I was being distant, that is my personal property and you're damaging it. You don't think I'm gonna have a problem with that? Cool. Glad we're on the same page. But before I continue on, Laurie's entrance to her house where you gotta press a button and type in the code and talk to her. That's my dream entryway to a house. The only way you can get inside my house is if you press a button and talk to me first. Anyways, moving on. So, Laurie and her daughter's strained relationship that I've said for the 4th time. Her and her granddaughter trying to rebuild a relationship. Laurie is like, I'm prayed for the day that Michael would get out of jail. It's like, girl, you crazy. Okay, you cray. The cop tells her that, which apparently they had a thing, but they dive more into that on the second one, which that one makes me irrationally mad. Actually, let me see if this mic works. Oops, Daisy. Oh yes, that's what's going on. So, yeah, the interviewers come to Laurie's house, and they're like, Laurie, blah blah blah. See, I really need to. I'm like very bad about that. Or we'll just do multicolor. We'll do, is pink and orange too much? Doesn't matter. So anyways, they come to her house, they chit chat or whatever. Laurie's very traumatized, which doesn't make any sense because, you know, if it only happened one time, I get the trauma being there, but I don't think she'd be so hell-bent on wishing Michael Myers was out. You know, I just don't feel like that makes any sense. So anyways, and actually before they go there, they go give Michael his mask to taunt him, I guess, or to give it back to him. I don't know. It was a stupid move. And spoiler alert, that's why they get killed later on, because they wanted to play with Michael, and Michael said, let's play a game, except that's a different movie. So anyways, which I will never talk about here because it's very gory, and I have like this weird image thing. I can't possibly watch that without hearing the sounds in my mind and it never leaving, much like a child would. So anyways, this eyeshadow kind of, I mean, I'm glad it's so pigmented, but this orange is like peachy. Oh, gross. I'm gonna have to like for sure mix it. So anyways, Allison, her mom, and her dad, which honestly I thought was Lori's man, because he looks that aged, and I don't remember him being that age. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention and I just ignored how low-key trash the storyline was, because the Halloween movies up until this point, even the one with Busta Rhymes, were cool, but this one is like, what are you guys doing? Did you guys forget the plot of the movie? Did you like forget what was going on? No, I don't hate it by any means necessary. I for sure don't hate the Halloween movie. I thought this one was pretty good. It's the ones that came after it that made me be like, did you guys even want to finish this franchise on a good note, or did you guys just want to finish the movie? Because that was terrible. Hold on. So, oh my gosh, that eyeshadow for sure got in my eyes. Anyways, so yes, they go to the dinner. Lori's daughter, I think her name is Karen. Wow, generic. Played by Judy Greer. I think like she really doesn't want her mom there, because her mom being there is just like clarifying that the trauma is real. And also, the part where I mentioned Allison's boyfriend, who was just like Bonnie from Bonnie and Clyde couple, kissing a girl in person and putting Allison's phone in some punch bowl. Yeah, we would have broken up right at that moment. And then he tried to low-key gaslight her and be like, actually. She leaned in to whisper something into my ear, and she came around to in front of your face and you met lips, because that doesn't make any sense. Help me understand if that makes sense, because it doesn't make any sense. And Michael at this point has already killed 2 random women who we have, granted I know this is the MO, but who we have no connection to. We don't know who these women are. You haven't seen them before. I almost thought the first one was like a nod to Lori's friend, but then I was like, no, because Lori's friend, the one that was the babysitter, much like this one, she has a friend that's babysitting, you know, but no, it wasn't really like a nod. And then anyways, so Lori's granddaughter, her friend is babysitting a kid who was hilarious. Best part of the movie. Babysitting the kid, and then, you know, almost like what happened in the first Halloween, where the babysitter gets injured. This is the same one, except Michael is out from blood. Okay, slashes her arm. The kid goes running, tells the girl's boyfriend who was there, because of course, why would he not be there? Almost like in the 5th one. Was it the 5th one? Yeah, almost like in the 5th one, when her niece's sister, no, her daughter and her sister and her friend's boyfriend were like on a motorcycle. Anyways, if you've seen the 5th Halloween, like from the original franchise, I don't know, then yeah, you'll like get an inkling of what I'm talking about. So anyways, and then eventually, Michael gets to another lady's house, gets her after she closes the blinds. How some people don't feel someone near them or behind them, I will never know. And then, so back to the part with the babysitter. The babysitter goes and checks the door for the kid because he says he's scared. And then after not being able to close it 3 times, she opens it and Michael's standing there. He slashed her. And then the kid goes running to get her boyfriend. And after a while, because I forgot how this movie went, I legitimately forget. The crazy doctor who's trying to be like Loomis, but he isn't really, because it's like he has a crush on Michael. He like forgets that Michael is a patient and not his little friend. And like he's like, oh, I'm just curious about what it's like for Michael. Like Michael is not the victim. He's literally the evil entity that they keep talking about. He's not the victim. He was 6 when he killed his sister. I don't understand how he could possibly be the victim if he's the one inflicting the pain and the hurt to everyone else. So at this point, after the babysitter gets murdered by Michael, just murdered. We go back to Allison, and her mom and her grandma, Jamie Lee Curtis. Well, her mom and her grandma are like together, but Allison is leaving the party because after her little boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, kissed a girl, because they're like, oh yeah, it's okay. No, it's not okay. So she left the party, and as they usually do, a guy who she thought was her friend actually was trying to get at her. What a shocker, what a surprise. Apparently, most of them are trying to wait until they have a free option so that way they can try and get with you. And when she was leaving, walking through a yard, the guy friend, who is repugnant, so I guess the actor does a good job, was like, I thought we had like a connection, you know, I thought you liked me. My guy, we're friends. I see you as nothing more, nothing less, just a friend. Well, after Allison gives him the finger after jumping over the fence, guess who gets him? Michael. So he thinks the kid thinks it's the neighbor, I guess. I think he thought it was the neighbor that lived through the yard that they were coming through. Oh, sorry, my cat is like moving. So nosy. So anyways, yeah. And he thinks it's the neighbor's house, the neighbor that lives at the house that they walk through. It's not. It's Michael. So he's doing a bunch of yammering, talking about he's drunk and he's so sorry. So then he goes to leave, eventually stumbling like a drunken idiot. And Michael catches up to him because not only can he walk fast, but he teleports. Because how did he get to him that fast if he's walking 0.002 miles per hour? How did he get to him so fast? I need answers. So, like, Michael gets to him, and it's like a pokey, spiky gate thingy. So I don't even know how Allison got over it without ripping her pants. But Michael sticks him on like a pick on a spike or something, and then Allison eventually, like, you know, makes it to some sort of safety because the police are out looking for her. And I guess her phone died or something because, like, her mom called her, her grandma called her, and she wasn't answering anyone. Although it could have been damaged from the fruit bowl thing from her little boyfriend. So, yeah. Anyways, so they eventually get together, all together. Allison, Lori, Karen, they all get together, go to Lori's safe house, almost as cool as a Spy Kids safe house, but not nearly as cool. No food pops up in the microwave, you know, like how they have the little card thingies and it would just poof, pop up. Didn't do that. So disappointed. So they get to the trap house, and how Halloween ends, I thought like I didn't know, but like how it ended, I thought Halloween was gonna end like in the same fashion. Michael was gonna be dead. I didn't think they were gonna make this a trilogy and murder each movie each time, and not in a good way. But they managed to do it. Congrats, you guys did a swell job of almost burning a franchise to pieces. I can't wait until I'm 58 and you reboot the whole thing and do the same thing over. Anyways, it was just a little rant because like as soon as I watch Halloween Kills again, Halloween Kills again, I'm coming for you, because the way they did that and the way it was like written and Judy Greer wasn't in it, just I don't want to talk about it. The movie is a disappointment. Actually, I am going to talk about it. Defeat them. Just forget it. And then, so they're all together. They go to Laurie's trap house. And then, not trap house, safe house. They go to Laurie's safe house. Goodness gracious. So they go to her safe house. And then they do that. They get ready for Michael. And it's an all-out battle from there. But Laurie is showing her age and her non-existent evil agility by getting pummeled by Michael. Okay, and she almost loses the fight. But I know who does really lose the fight, who I thought was Laurie's husband, but it turns out it's Karen's husband. That actor seems too old to be playing her husband. Anyways, I forgot, since my cat moved, I can sit in my chair. So yes, her husband gets murked because Michael's already murdered the two cops. The cops are never paying attention in these movies. They're like, I don't see anything. I'm gonna cut that out. I don't see anything. So yeah, the cops, and then one cop, literally his face looks hollowed out like Michael's mask. It's wild. Maybe he stole his face. Anyways, so they do that. Okay, her husband goes outside, I guess, to check the perimeter, which I don't know why he put himself in harm's way. Dumb. Michael gets there. They fight, everyone. And then Laurie thinks she's won the battle. Joke's on you, Laurie. We need 2 more movies. Michael's not dead yet. So, like, catches on fire. Well, actually, Laurie has some sort of contraption set up. Laurie sets the fire. Her daughter, and her granddaughter get out of there pronto. There's fire trucks going back there, Laurie's like, no, let it burn. But it's like, will he actually burn? Because if you've seen the 5th one, you would know he doesn't burn. He's immune to that. You just have to let him die. Like, unfortunately, with technology today, Michael would live like until he's like 100. Unfortunately. Everybody needs to go to the house and rescue him, and the movie ends. And then if you've seen Halloween Kills, you would know it picks back up right there, and Michael murks every single one of the fire department people. Anyways, that's the end of it, of the Halloween review. Like, overall, I really liked it when it first came out, because I was like a fan. I was like, it's gonna be like good. Like, I love how clean it looked. And then it's like, looking back, it's like, you wrote this, you did this, and you thought it was a good idea. Like, y'all really thought it was a good idea. But, like, looking back at it, it wasn't an awful movie. There are, like, a lot of things that I think they could have done better. But Halloween Kills is worse. Halloween Ends is like, y'all just wanted a paycheck, didn't y'all? Because as soon as I can review that one, I'll review that one. Because the ending makes no sense. Some of the writing doesn't make any sense. And the way they have Allison's character written makes no sense. Like, why is she so needy of men, of dudes that clearly aren't that great? First boyfriend cheated on her. Corey may or may not have killed a kid. Quite frankly, I think he did it, even though it would have been impossible for like him. He could have fallen because the way the architecture was in the house awful. How I even pass inspection? So yeah, I'll get to Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends when I can. I just know that Halloween is my favorite out of the rebooted franchise because it had its originality, but it still was like it springboarded off of the original Halloween and it made sense. But Halloween Kills was too mob mentality. I really didn't like that. Also, the time that they spent in the hospital. But anyways, I can talk about those later. That was not the point of this video, was it? The point of this video was Halloween. So if you haven't seen it, download Tubi and you can watch it on there. Sorry, it comes with commercials. I don't know, most of us can't stand commercials these days. But quite frankly, I think anyone who does not want to pay a dime, can't step on my foot, doesn't want to pay a dime, download Tubi and there's a bunch of good movies on there for free. And I think it's Tyler Perry's movie, but it's called Addicted. It's a pretty good one. It's very much giving me Temptation vibes, but in a good way. Hold on. Anyways, if you like this, then come back for more. I'm gonna leave you with a cliffhanger. Has anyone had an interview lately? And how, has that gone for y'all? Because for some reason they're being kind of stingy now. But anyways, have a good rest of the day.